we're already live.
Probably.
I know.
We don't know because of the thing. I feel like I'm so close.
No. All right. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to your writing sprints. It's 4 p.m. Central Standard Time and
Oh, it's 9 a.m. New Zealand Standard Time.
yeah, someone is a world traveler. Not me, only Sienna. She goes to all the good places.
You'll be coming one day.
One day, I just keep traveling all around the States, so we're going to New York twice in the next couple months, but you're in New Zealand.
No, it was about a 8-hour flight. I think it was actually less than that. I felt like less than that. It wasn't too bad. So
I
2
thought,
days in,
yeah, 2 days out of how many days in paradise?
14. Or 10 now. I think 10 now. No, 12. 12 now.
We're all
Can't do math.
Yeah, we're all jealous of you.
It's very nice. I'm on the harbour, so it's very nice in the city. So we're in the base of the city, so it's very pretty.
That's so nice. So I thought real quick, we talk about, because of you, the challenges of being an author because you're on the road. And I feel
Mhm.
like there's a lot of people that would like to write a book. And so I thought, why don't we just discuss real quick all the different things that we're challenged by? Because you had mentioned earlier that, when we have to do marketing or newsletters or graphics, it takes us away from what we want to do, which is writing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
how
it's a difficult thing. Like when I first started writing and then having to sort of juggle the social media and trying to get up your followers and find your readers was the hardest thing ever. And I would go weeks without posting, and then you go into that shell shock of, well, I can't post now. I haven't posted for ages. If I post now, and it gets like you get that anxiety of like, what do I post then? And like it's so easy to think about what you really need to post. But you have the anxiety of, "Oh, I can't do that because, like, who's gonna look at it?" But it's not easy, and then when you're doing that, you stop writing because you've got this anxiety, and then you stop writing, so the whole flow's gone. So the deadline of the book is out the window.
I just did that with my Facebook reader group called the Cougar Den. I had not posted in there in a hot minute. And so I was like, girl, either do or die. Like, go ahead and get back in it and just be like, hey, I'm back or whatever. But to your point, it gets to be where you've gone so long, it's awkward. And you're like, okay, well, I just got to break the ice all over again.
Yeah, you do, and that's another thing, like, with your, like, street team, if you've got a street team page, it's not that you forget about them, you are just so in the process of writing that you don't think about anything else, and it's not that you're being rude or that you're being inconsiderate, it's just that you're just in a hole that you can't get out of, because if you get out of it, it stops. And then your street team, they lose interest. So it's such a double-edged sword. Yeah. It's
It
crazy.
is, because I get tunnel vision, and I'll have an example. I just did it when I was trying to finish up Whiskey Throttle. I received it back from my development, or our developmental editor. We have the same one. And you're going through the final read through and the final edits and everything before you send it on to your copy line editor. And so I was off social media. I mean, the barest minimum, just post and get back off. And my DMs were just overflowing. And people are like, hey, what's going on? And I had people that I needed to get back to, but I was like, sorry, guys, total tunnel vision. I need the next week. And so I ended up working like 14 hours a day for like 3 days in a row, just trying to get the read through done, the final edits done, and get it off to meet my deadline. And then I was
Yeah.
like, hey, y'all, I'm back. Like, like a jack in the box that pops up.
It's so, like, the, what do you call it? When I used to read that authors go into their writing cave, I used to think it was just like, really? Like, because you had no comprehension of it. Like, when I first started writing, it was like no comprehension of what they're actually going through, because you're so self-absorbed about what you're doing, because it's hard to sort of think about what things are like for them. But now it's so true. Like, the writing cave is a real thing.
Oh, yes.
And your priorities are like out the window because you're just trying to get what you need down.
Well, and it's different brains, in my opinion. Like when I'm an author and writing, all things are possible. Sure, they can have purple skin and three eyes. I mean, I don't write fantasy, but anyway. But when you're a marketer or when you're an editor or when you're a proofreader for your own work, I feel like it's just different brains and it takes you out of the flow and zone.
Yes, it does. And it really, like, because and then the other thing is like even your newsletters. Um, we were just talking about that not long ago, and it's like I get my PA, literally lost. He's brilliant. To just set me up. I don't need her to write my newsletter for me, but to set up what needs to be in it and give me subjects to write, and then I can quickly do it and get it done and send it off. But if I actually have to think of the formatting of that newsletter, the what it needs to be in there, who I need to put in there that's getting their books out as well and have to do all that research, that's like 4 hours of work that I could have been writing. And yeah, it's not as easy as you think.
No, you're perfectly right because we only have a finite amount of time. And so as writers, you've always heard write the next book, be writing the next book. So you can like edit one, plot one, and write the next one. And
Yeah.
so it is a conflict because you know you need to write that next chapter or that scene that's been rolling around in your head. But you also have to get a newsletter out or a social media post or work on your emails or work on your networking. So it's challenging. To me, those are the challenges of being an indie author because you are everything. You wear many hats. You don't usually have a team.
Yeah, no, you don't. You don't. And then if you do get a team, it's growing to find the team, going through a lot of hell no's to begin with before you find your special person. Like a relationship, really.
It is. It's like dating because I've been with
It is.
first development editor. I adore her. She's a Texas gal just like me, but she's booked out to 2027. Girl, I don't even know, what I'm gonna be doing in 2026 to know what series and how many books and so she's phenomenal, but that's how well sought after she is. And so
Yeah.
now I have Jessica, which is amazing. And we'll never break up. I told her I'm a little bit stalkerish with her, but I've been through many line editors and some come and go and some you can't get on their schedules or some just don't believe in your work.
Absolutely.
And that's a big one.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's finding someone that's also can talk your language because editing, I don't know, I've as I'm quite vocal about my disabilities of having the dyslexia and auditory processing disorder. Um, if you don't get the right editor, you don't understand what they're sending you. And if they've I'm lucky that Jess will line things in like red and green and blue and all these things, which is the first time it's ever made sense to me. So I can go in there and go, yes, okay, I can get rid of this or do this or reread this part or this one doesn't align with the story up above.
Yeah.
If people just come in and state that without any color coordination or I've got to go back and find it. And for my brain to go back and find it, that could take months because that's how my brain is. So she does it so I can get in there really quite quickly and go, and it clicks everything into like place. Where I have had somebody look at my work and it it just didn't click to my brain and she was lovely. There was nothing wrong with her and she really tried to help me out, but it just didn't work because it just didn't click in my brain. Couldn't comprehend what she was putting down,
Yeah.
and she couldn't figure out how to work with me either, like it was and it's not on her because that's just my disability, and I say this with my work, just because somebody says, "No, they don't wanna work with you," it's not a personal thing.
Yeah.
It's the fact that you're not making sense to them, and it's not that they hate you, it's not that they don't like you, it's the fact that they're only gonna work with you if you make sense with them, and that's just the reality of it.
I think so too. Sometimes people don't vibe. I've tried to, and you know about this. I've tried to have PAs before.
Mm.
I'm kind of borrowing your PA, keep poaching off you.
She's
Um,
gorgeous.
she is a doll. I love her, but I don't necessarily want like traditional PA things. And so a lot of people just want to like create graphics, run your art team, do your newsletter. And I have been doing that on my own for like the last 3 years, and I do have a wonderful Arc and Street team that's happily booked PR, and they get me more than I could get on my own, so I won't move from them. But a lot of things are, like, kinda like the next level up as an author, or when you've, put out like, you do book conferences. I haven't done any of those yet, but I want to, and I need to know, like, where are they at, and how do I get there, and how does my books get there, and how do you do sprayed edges in order to get your books there, because that's what everybody wants. I mean, there's just a zillion steps when you go into the book conferences, or if you wanna do, like, a PR box or a Kickstarter. I mean, there's so to me, that's almost like the next level up from being a baby author to, like, maybe you're an intermediary or, like, the beginning intermediary.
Yeah, there's so
And a
many
lot of
steps of being an
people
author that
wanna do
people don't
that.
realise. Mm. The going to the conferences, the signings is such a game changer. Like, it's like a market for, like, when I say market, like when we call a market, not market as in social media marketing, it's like a market where you go and sell your products sort of thing. Um, it's that for book people, but it's more entailed because they've already done all the hard yards for you and have marketed it to your readers. So your readers show up,
Yeah.
whether they know you or not. And my very first book signing that I went to, and I expected to sell zero. And the lady who ran it knew it was my first one. And she said to me, bring 20 of your first book and 10 of everything else and see how you go. I had 4 books left, like
Wow.
4. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
And the only other thing I think that no one told me was to have your elevator pitch ready for your books and have a great, quick one-liner, because as they come to your table, you've got to spill it out to them. If they don't know you, you've got to spill it out to them. So that took for me, that took a few signings to get that right. And I had somebody with me. I called her my support animal.
Yes, I get that.
My emotional support animal. She had it down packed for me because that's how her brain works. So she just like spat out all, and she'd read my book. So she was just like, "Oh, do you like this, this, this? Well, this has this, 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 and this in it." And I was like, "Oh, wow, okay. So you're coming to every event now."
Yeah, I didn't know this, but you're required.
So it was great, and I've gone, yeah. And then I think the next event I went, I took 30 of each and came home with 6 books. So
Oh,
yeah, so they're already marketing to your market when you get to the event. So I think the events for any author that's out there wanting and thinking about it, just do it, because you will sell and you will actually surprise yourself. Yeah.
yeah. Are you doing ones across Australia where you have to, like, fly and then ship your books?
Yeah. So my first one was in Adelaide, and that was so that's a 2.5-hour flight from Perth. And that was good. So I took all my books, but I had all my colleagues decided that they were coming with me, and we made it a work event for our other job while we were over there, and met up with some people and did that. So we made it like a work trip. Um, and I separated all my books to all of them. They all had to take books.
Yeah, I don't know
But
how to take.
yeah, so this time the other 2 were in Perth, so it was easier. But I've got one next month in Brisbane, and then I've got another one in October in Melbourne. But I my PA's in Melbourne, so she said, "Send me your books, and I'll take them there." And then one of the authors that I've become friends with through doing the events, and she's
Mhm.
absolute amazing. She actually does short movies through Galatea. Um, yeah, she's amazing. Lucifer, her name is. And she's just like, just send them over, and I'll bring them to the event, or we can catch up the night before. And so I've sent them to her, and she's got them already. So you get to know people that are in the area. And the other one is that I wanted to do one in America. She's my one of my alpha readers, and I said to her, if I do one in America, can I send you the books and then pick them up from you and go? And she said, "Yeah, especially if they're within her area, the signing." So I think that's the trick, is to find an ARC reader somewhere, or an alpha reader, or somebody that's within sort of your team, and get the books to them, and then even offer them if they want to be your assistant that day, because sometimes they'll jump at the chance. Like, they love that sort of thing. They get a free day. You pay for their ticket, which is normally about it was 100 Australian for me for my extra, but they get fed. They enjoy the day, and they help you through the day. So most of everyone I've asked, would you be my assistant? They've just gone, yes.
Oh,
So
that's so nice. These are all great tips and tricks.
yeah, so that's sort of how I've gone so far. How I've gone, yeah. But yeah, but they're fun. I really recommend. I think I've said it to you before. I so recommend doing the signings. They're so much fun. Even if you're an introvert, they're actually they're definitely tiring, because I can chat. But I've got to be I don't know. I'm a hairdresser by trade from years ago. And even at work, I had to get there early, find my spot, and let people come to me, and I'm in a good place. We're the same with the signings. It's exactly what happened. You're not going to them, they're coming to you. So
Yeah.
I deal with that better. So I can put on a good face to do that, but I can't put on a good face if I've got to go. So the VIP night is where you could approach people.
Mm.
Not so good at that. Yeah.
I get it. Well, I need to have Mel, who is your PA now, my PA, our PA, find some for next year. And it could already be too late because what are we, almost September, and they're already booked for next year. So maybe in 2027. I
You'd be
get
shocked. You'd be shocked, because she got me into one that was already booked out, and she said to me, because she's making those connections with the people that do the events, and then she's just messaged them, and they're giving, they go, oh, have you got an author? Okay, let's put her in. So if your PA's got those connections, I know she's got them in Perth, but I know she's gathering to get them worldwide. So I think that's a good thing, because then she'll be able to, because I want to do Edinburgh. I really want to do Edinburgh.
Yes. Let's do Edinburgh. I
Yeah,
mean,
I want to do Edinburgh. I think
let's
it's booked. I don't know what that event's called, but I've seen a couple of authors that I know go to them, and so good,
Well,
so
my
good.
sister just got back from 2 weeks in the UK. Well, not yeah, the UK, because I was thinking it was just London, but no. And so she's like, "I'm moving to the Cotswolds." So I think if I told her that I got booked for Edinburgh, she'd be like, "I'm going. I'm your assistant. I'll be whatever. Give me the Sharpie. I'll sign your books for you." Yeah.
Oh, good. I'll get to meet your sister. We'll go together. We'll tell Mel, book us both.
She is so extroverted. I mean, my sister and my daughter, they are like way extroverted people. And then it's me. Yeah. My son is super extroverted. Like they all I feel like God just gives extroverted people to introverted people.
I agree. I do
And
agree.
if my sister has any kind of alcohol, even one glass of wine, that chattiness level goes through the roof. Yeah.
See, now I'm like that. If I have alcohol, I'm a whole nother level of talking crap.
Woo. That is her, and she wants to go until, like, 2, 3 in the morning, and, I'm like, "Girl, you're in your 50s, okay? Like, we can't do that anymore." Dad, she does not care. No.
After one bottle of wine, my husband always says to people, "Where's she at?" And then they'll go, "Oh, she's at, going through her second glass." And they're like, "Right, after one bottle of wine, no one wants to go out, okay?" Because I'm always like, "Where's the nearest nightclub? Let's go."
"Let's go, I'm ready." Yeah.
I don't drink anymore, so sad. But anyway.
I never did, but that's a whole other story, when you're around alcoholism for someone that
Mm,
yeah, anyway. That's a whole shoot, I always think about writing that series. I'm like, "That would be a good one."
Yeah, no, it would be, because it would touch so many lives.
Oh, I am never been we were raised in a, very traditional family, very religious, and so my parents would split, like, maybe they'd have Oktoberfest because 'cause we're German, and get all these, like,
Same.
yeah, so custom beers, and that would sit in there months and months. I mean, it would probably last until, like, the summer, and then they'd split, like, one little beer over yard work. Um,
Yeah.
So anyway, we weren't raised around that, but then I, kind of was around it in another world. And so, yeah, I know all about the Al-Anons. I've been, you name it. So, yeah.
Yes, I hear you. I do hear you. My grandmother was a alcoholic, and I used to have to go stay with her when I was about between 12 and 15. I remember her making me take a letter to the liquor store so I could get her sherry. I was 15. And she'd sign this letter. You will give my granddaughter the sherry.
Did they take it?
Yeah, back then they did. I mean, because
'Cause they
like that
know.
was years ago. And then
Yeah.
it became ID. But then she used to think that's what Mum had said. She used to think I was a lot older than what I was, and maturity and stuff. Like didn't really. I was quite mature as a teen, but very immature as an adult.
Role reversal.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No, I think it's very tragic what substance and alcohol abuse does. I've seen it firsthand, and, I don't know, I joke that I could write it, but I don't think I could because, I feel like it hits too close, too personal. So,
I think it would be quite hard to write it. I think it's something that um, it'll open up wounds that you probably don't want to open up. It might be at the end of the journey. It might be what do they say? Closing that door, like a good closing that door.
yeah.
Um, but the journey through it would be pretty confronting.
Yeah, so let's just write about hot guys instead.
Yeah.
That's more fun.
Let's just do that.
Speaking of hot guys, are we going to write?
We are. Well, at the moment, I'm going through reading what I've written to make sure that it makes sense. I did it all on the plane. I did 20 chapters on the plane. That's how long that flight was.
20 chapters
Yeah, on the plane. I watched one movie and then did 20 chapters.
of reading through and editing or
Yeah,
writing?
yeah. Reading through and editing. And then, yeah, I'm up to and I've only got to get to chapter 31. So I've only got 10 more to go through and then I can just keep writing. So
I think my eyeballs would be bleeding and I'd be cranky and I'd need a nap and a shower and a snack.
well, we had the bed. So we had on Air New Zealand, they have a Sky Lounge, which is your normal row seat with a little bit extra room. And then it's like a recliner and it comes right up and goes against the chair in front of you. And then it's a double bed.
Nice.
So, and it's only the two of us. So she lies down and I just sit there and write. So that's how she was asleep. She slept, which was good.
Yeah,
Um,
that would be me.
but
I would say I'm gonna edit on the plane and then I'd sleep.
no, I was like, I got to get this done before I get to New Zealand. So then I could get on these and have somewhere to be.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna get started, right?
Yeah. Let's do this.
25 minutes, and I'm gonna mute my line.
Awesome.
The bulldog doesn't
Me
come
too.
starting now.
Hello.
Hi, GiGi. That's Will or Weil. Do you see that?
Wow. Yeah, I do. Hey, wow. Is it what? Oh, I don't know how to pronounce that. Wiil.
You put two vowels together, and all of a sudden, neither one of us authors can read it. I
I use a program to read to me, so that's why I can.
I have a friend who is, well, they're Czechoslovakian when that was actually a country, but it's not anymore. So, anyway, I said, here's the deal though. I can't ever read your name because you will put 4 or 5 consonants together and it's like a CH and a T and a Z. And I said, I just don't know what it is. And she's like, you're wrong for that. So, yes.
Oh, that's funny. Yes, no, I make my own words up. A lot of people, when that's one thing that I talked my brother and I on when we have a drink, we have our own language.
Is it made up word?
Made up words, mumble, and nobody knows how we understand each other. And like he'll ask me to go do something and I'll go and do it and come back and they're like, how the hell did you know what he said? I'm like, "Oh."
Okay, there was that movie called Four Christmases, and they're playing like some board game, and she's like, "This is what I can't wear to motocross," and he's like, "Mini skirt," right? And so when me and my sister play that game, or when I do it with my daughter, it's similar, right? And so you're like, it's this. Do you remember that one time where we were at Disney World and this guy said this? And she was like, and so she'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And so we always win at those games because it's just like one inside shared story after another, after another, after. And so, yeah, it's similar to y'all's language.
Yeah, very similar.
And
We
everybody's like, what? How did you get like waterfall? I'm like, oh, because we're at Disney. The waterfall was sprinkling on her hair and she got all mad about it, ruined her picture moment, stuff like that.
no, I hear you. Yes, that definitely happens.
So I wanted to ask you a question because you are in New Zealand and you're supporting your daughter's dream. And
Yes.
so I had wanted, there's many people that I talked to on Let's Go Live, the weekly Instagram series where I interview authors. And I always ask them about their journey, how they became an author, how do they balance being an author with a full-time job? And you're a full-time business owner.
Mm,
So I wanted to ask you, you're riding on the road, you're pursuing your daughter's dreams with her, and you also run a company.
yes, I do. And I don't know how I make that work, but let's unpack it. Work's quite draining. So it takes up a lot of time. It's not just a quick fix, chat with somebody and wait for the next fortnight to talk to them again. There's a lot of action that needs to be done in between. So it's quite, and then you've got family, people that you talk to. So it takes a lot of energy, I suppose, like for working. And then I tend to try and do like my work life through 9 till 5. And then I do my author life from about 8 p.m. at night to before 9 in the morning, sort of thing, and sleep in between.
Oh my goodness.
And the weekend's my author side as well. So, um, and then with Miss Muffet, she has support. So her business life is sorted with her every day, doing her business stuff through with her supports, which is great. Because when I had to do that as well, that was a little bit more time consuming, less writing, um, less lifestyle. But now it's like it's only when she books events, so I just make sure. I mean, I've got the luxury that I can Zoom people for my job, so COVID sort of introduced a whole new way of working with people. So I can still do that, which I do here, which is at 8 o'clock at night because Perth's 5 hours behind. So I still do that. And then I get to sort of come here and still work and still do writing on the road and get things done. So, yeah.
And so for those that are listening and watching, what they don't know is that Tia she is disabled.
Yeah.
And you know sign language, Australian Sign Language, and so that you communicate. So not only does she require full-time support and will probably never be able to live on her own, you also, when you say she has a business side, she is a fashion designer and walks the runway. So not only does she have special needs that you have to accommodate and fit into your busy schedule and also make sure she's well accommodated for, she also has a dream of, just like everyone else, and which takes her traveling, which I marvel at your energy to be able to compartmentalize so well and efficiently.
I don't think it's efficient. I think it's last minute. Let's just roll with it.
I don't agree. You're doing a lot. You run your own company. You said you had 13 employees, so that's not a small company. You also have Miss Muffet over there who requires a lot of energy, and you guys are really close too, which is a really special relationship that you have. You also have 2 sons, they have their families. Well, one has their family and the other one lives with you, and then you're married and you still like that guy, and then you are able to keep publishing books. It's a lot on your plate, and so I wanted to talk about how you get it done because a lot of people say, "Oh, I'm too busy. I don't have the energy. I'm just, I have nothing left to give." And yet
I
you're giving
think
everything to everyone else and you're still giving back to yourself.
Yeah, I think that's it. That what you just said then, that is what it is. I think all my life I've always given. Having the kids, the boys, like my middle son was state basketball league, my oldest son was horses, and I made sure they got the best of all of that. Tia, through her growing up, we were at doctors and specialists like every day of the week. There was no me time. It was just, or husband time either. It was just full on 5 days a week. We had to drive an hour to specialists and make sure that she got like OT, physio, hydrotherapy, all of that sort of stuff. And it was pretty full on. And the boys missed out on a lot. So when they found their sport, I made sure that I was front and center and I was that taxi mum and got involved with all of that. Hubby worked away a lot, so it was mainly me at home, and I didn't really have time for me. When I did start writing, um, I think it was before COVID. It was just something for me. Like I always had stories in my head, and when I was at school years ago, I was hopeless at school. Like I was always getting told off because I was still writing what was on the board, when the teacher had told us to put our pens away, and I'd only written the first paragraph and it was like ridiculous. Um, but when I wrote this story once, this teacher was like, "You need to go into creative writing class." I didn't even know what a creative writing class was, let
Mm.
alone what it was. And my mum was like, "Well, she can't spell, so there's no use putting that pressure on her and no use her doing it. So let's just not." But I still had all these stories like that I wanted to do, but I never actually went into that world until after I read. I think I mentioned on one of our lives that my first book that I read was Twilight, and that's when I started to remember, because with what I've got, I don't have a lot of that recovery memory, like the RAM in your brain. I don't have a lot of that when I'm reading. I don't tend to remember, but I do now because I've built it. It took a lot of work to build it. Um, and that's when I thought, well, I read some books and I started reading on Nina Levine. She's probably my favorite romance author. I started reading her books and it really triggered me to want to, not triggered in a bad way, a good way, to want to actually start putting the stories in my head down. And the life that I've led, I've had I always say, very colourful life with my husband, being an islander, and definitely been a journey. The stories that evolved from that, like what could have happened or how could this have gone, and then I've just started putting stuff down, and that's how Angels of Fury came about. So, and then now it's like my thing. I get to do something just for me, and this is the thing. I've never had. When I was younger, I was a dancer, and that was me. That was my thing, and I loved it. Loved being on stage. But now I didn't have anything after the kids at all. But being the author has made me have something again just solely for me, which is really cool. Even though my husband's decided that he wants to join in on this fun, and I keep saying to him, no.
You're not invited.
Find your own hobby. Hurry up.
Thank you. I love you all the same.
But yeah, it's what you said before is exactly it. It's fine. If you've got something that you love and it's your time, you'll do it. Yeah.
Well, and I think because women tend to be natural caregivers and we tend to have a lot of the family rearing responsibilities.
Mm.
And so I feel like it's really easy for us ladies to justify putting all the children's activities first, hubbies, work, everything. And it feels extremely selfish to put our hobbies or our desires or the time that we need to get back to ourselves in front of anybody. So what we end up doing is not doing it at all.
Exactly. It gets too hard.
Yeah, and you feel selfish and there's guilt and it's just time away and the kids don't understand the hubby, some of these times your hubby's real supportive. He wants to be involved with you. But I do hear from a lot of readers or a lot of writers that their immediate circle is not supportive because they're like, well, you're taking away from family time or our time or all that. And that breaks my heart too because you can't give from a dry well.
No, you can't. And well, he's very similar. Like I call him, he's got like cross personalities. He has his moments where he's all for it and he tells all these because we went away somewhere and one of his mates when we went to Bali, one of his mates we had dinner together and he was like, "So you're a writer? What do you write?" And I was just my face just was stunned straight away. I was like, "What? What?"
I don't write for you.
And then his partner was like, "Well, I might be interested in your books." And I was just like, "What? What?"
No, thank you.
So he brags about it, and then but when he gets upset, well, not upset, he gets I call it FOMO. But when I go to events because he wants to be there, so he's like, "I want to go to the event, and you're going without me. This shouldn't be a thing. It's our time now." I'm just like,
That's so cute.
so yeah.
You're like,
So I am lucky.
You can come. You can unload my books. You can bring them in. You can set up my tablecloth. And then I'm going to have you go
Well, he could be like he does have
like
a
the
very
hotel room.
gangster look. He does have a very gangster look. He's tattooed pretty much from here all the way. His whole there's not a spot left on his body
Oh,
that's not tattooed.
dang. Okay, so you
Yeah.
can be models.
Yeah, so he could like be he keeps saying to me because he's old, like we're not like we were when we were younger, but he cracks up because I've approached my nephew to be on my book cover, and he's going to me, "Yeah, we'll just cut off Denzel's face and put mine on it." I just go,
That's not how that works.
so we had a good giggle about that, and he keeps telling his nephew that that's what he's gonna do. I just keep going to his nephew, "Don't listen to him."
Well, if you write like a Silver Fox series, hey, he could be the cover
Oh,
model.
God, he would be like the poser from hell.
You're like, no, you're still relegated to just bring in the books, put out the tablecloth, go back to the hotel room.
Yeah, yeah. He'll get bored anyway, like, he doesn't like, it is definitely a lot of women. He does get it in his head that there's men at these events, and I'm like, "Yeah, not really. There's a lot of women. There's some supportive husbands,
Yeah.
that come, and there's definitely, the last couple that I've been to, there hasn't been any models, but the one I'm going to in Brisbane, I think there are some male models going to that, like supporting their riders that they're on the cover. So that's a thing, and that's cool because that's where you could probably figure out if you want to utilize some models for your book cover. You could, go. That's a whole nother ball game
Yeah.
in right, and an expensive ball game.
Oh, very expensive. Oh, yeah.
So yeah, that's what I said to my nephew. I don't want to pay you, but I will pimp you out.
You can hand out cards with your Instagram handle or your TikTok, and then you can gain
You can
followers.
sit at my table and you can introduce yourself to all the other writers and I will make sure that I said, I've already got a few that have said that they wouldn't mind utilising you. So,
Oh, yeah.
well, he wants to do acting as well. I didn't realise this. His mum told me that he does want to do acting. I said, well, this is good because you're sort of acting, getting into the character of who the book needs to be. So you need to know about the character to look like, you know. So I said, I suppose it's the first step, like a step into acting. So he's quite
Oh,
excited.
okay. We should connect him with my daughter. She does modeling and acting.
Ah, very
Mhm.
good. Yes. Yes. So that's what he does want to do. He's just done a uni for business and he's a trainer and he's doing bodybuilding. So he's absolutely at his
Peak.
peak at the
Physical.
moment. Mhm.
Yeah. Nice.
Mm.
No, definitely because she has gotten some big casting calls and she just got signed with a new agency. I guess it was in June. So
Oh,
she's
cool.
made one little TV appearance. She's done TV
Very,
premiere, done like a energy drink commercial. So yeah.
very good. Oh, yes. We could hook them up. They could be good. He's a lovely guy. He is good. He's a good kid. Very good kid.
Well, just so he can ask questions. I know it's not the same because y'all are in Aussie and we're in the States, and so it may be radically different, but I don't know.
No, but you're right. It's same as us as writers. Like it's so important that we have connection to other writers because we learn from each other. And there's things that someone will be doing that you're not doing, you haven't thought of doing, didn't realize you needed to do. It's the same with any business. Like if you connect with the right people that are doing the same thing, you get to sort of go, oh, maybe I need to do that, or maybe I should look into that, or yeah. So it's important.
I completely agree. Well, I appreciate you sharing your life with everybody because I think it's important that people know that you are one of the busiest people by far and away that I know. And yet you're still committing to putting out books. You're dedicated to writing. You write on the plane, on the road, in hotel rooms, backstage. This girl makes it happen everywhere.
I I've just dictation's become a huge thing for me, but then actually trying to listen to your dictation later is always fun. Um, but yeah, I there are new programs out now that I utilize them for work. Where after I finish a session, I do my shift notes and it's a recording, and then it actually scribes
Yeah.
your recording. So that is what I've been utilizing because the recording stays the same and it starts to understand your recording, and that works really well. So I've started using that for dictation so I can get the scribe down and then I can just move it over and then fiddle with it a little bit. It's less destroying than dictation straight.
No, sometimes in the car, I'll do like voice to text or when I was walking the dog last night, like I told you, my DMs have been out of control. And so, because I got behind with all the whiskey throttle release and arc and all that. So I was like, okay, I'm going to walk the dog and we're going to, do these voice to text to the DMs. I don't know. I read some of them today and I'm like, oh, geez. I need, I need to either be like super enunciate every word
Yes. Yes.
or just not do voice to text at all because it was like, blah, 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 blah.
I mumble a lot. I think it's I don't know if it's an Australian thing or what, but I do. And then I run sentences in together and then I invent a word. And I watched this thing on Instagram not long ago where I think he was an Indian guy or I can't remember, but he was saying like to his workmate, if Google can't figure out what this word is, how do you expect me to figure it out? That is me. And my work colleagues, I sent it to all of them and they were cracking up laughing, going, this is so you. And I was like, I know.
Okay, well, I must be Australian because I do all that stuff. I have the sentences, I read them all together. There's no punctuation. Yeah.
Yeah, and then my sons, like I send them a message and then I get a phone call going, Mum, read what you just wrote. It doesn't even make sense. Can you stop trying to be cool and do abbreviations? And I'm like, I'm not even trying to do abbreviations.
I didn't
It
even
was
call it
voice
like
to
that.
text, damn it.
Oh, I know. I just sent one this morning about my daughter's car because she's having an issue. And so you're like, "Hey, Siri, text so and so." And so I just dictated. I was like, "Ask her da 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 da." So it comes across and she's like, "Mom, who's her?" I was like, "You her." And so she calls, she's like, "What are you?" She's, in college. She's like, "I stepped out of class because I couldn't understand. Is this an emergency? And who's her? Like, her car broke down. What are you talking about?" I'm like, "I meant yours." And she's like, "Oh my God, stop doing voice to text. I'm going back into class. Bye." Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's me. I get done all the time, and then I've been told by my son, "Stop asking Zuri to, take you places because it takes you to the wrong place."
Yeah, she took me through a really bad part of Houston. So, yeah, we're not gonna do that. Because my son is like,
Yeah.
"Where are we at, Mom? This does not look safe." It's like coming back from a baseball tournament out in Kingdom Come, and it's like 10 o'clock at night, and he's like, "Are
Oh
we
god.
shot?" I was like, "Well, I mean, let's hope our guardian angels are all awake still."
Yeah. Yeah, no, I've put myself in situations like that.
Not good. Okay, are you ready to knock out the 25 minutes? And
Yes.
we will be back on Friday, same time, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, 9 a.m. New Zealand Standard Time, and that would be on TikTok.
Yes.
So Friday, TikTok, same time.
Yes. It'll be good to see actually what, audience that we get this time, so changing the times around has been pretty cool.
I know it is. I
Mm.
like. Okay, you ready? 25, and I'll mute
Yeah.
my start.
Yeah.
Okay, that went super fast.
It did go pretty fast. Yes. And then I had to try, I saw that I only had like short percentage left and I tried to find a charger and that didn't work either.
So we may be like, cut, Sienna's gone.
No, I got 18%, which should be right.
Okay. Well, we are done for today. Thank you for hanging out with us. We'll be back next Wednesday. We'll talk about the time because you'll still be in New Zealand.
Probably same time would be good, if it's all right with you.
Yes.
This was good for me in the morning.
And then the following Wednesday, I can't because I'll be a podcast guest.
Cool.
I know.
That's cool.
I can't.
I need to do more of those.
We need to switch. You do more podcast, and then I do book conferences. Yeah.
Yes, that sounds good.
It's good. We push each other to grow.
Yes. That's very important, I think, within this. It is very important.
I totally agree. We're a good team. Okay. So for you guys, this Friday, we'll be on TikTok at same time. That's 4 p.m. Central and 9 a.m. Saturday.
New Zealand. Mm-hmm.
Saturday morning, New Zealand time. So we hope to see you guys over there. And then if not, we'll be back here next Wednesday.
Awesome.
All righty. Until next time, writing.
See you later.
Ciao for now.